Hi everybody, Dave Watson here, Head of Partner Success at Tribute, and I just wanted to go through today the new product that we've got launching called Classifier. Now, what it does is it actually looks at new tickets that have come in and then runs that through natural language processing and assigns an issue and sub-issue. There's a couple of reasons that we've done this through partners asking. First and foremost, it allows you to take that issue and sub-issue out of the triage function, so you're not spending time working out where that ticket has to go or what the issue with that ticket is. You can literally rely on the classifier to set your issue and sub-issue. The other thing as well is you can have less technically minded staff on the desk, because again, they're not trying to work out where that ticket has to go or what the issue behind that ticket might actually be. And third, reporting. Reporting is really key to some of our partners, because they have to be able to go back to their customers and say, how many laptops did I have? How many new users? How many issues were there with this bit of software? And the only way we can do that is using issue and sub-issue to actually report back on those details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to take you through how the AI sees it, or how the AI actually looks once a ticket's been processed, and give you a really good insight into the detail of how that classifier's worked. And then I'm going to go into Autotask and show you how you can use it to your advantage. Now, as I said, I'm using Autotask, but in all fairness, it translates to most PSAs anyway. The actual detail between the two. So let me just share my screen with you guys. So here are a couple of new tickets that have come in. So the first one is basically a Wi-Fi problem, and I've kind of given it a standard feel, I suppose, for the sort of thing you'd feel from a customer coming through. And basically, it's, hey guys, the Wi-Fi is broken. We've got vendors in today. Can you have a look and let me know what's going on, sort of thing. What's actually happened is the AI's gone through. The AI's actually read the ticket and then given it an issue of sub-issue of connectivity and Wi-Fi. Now that's actually pretty cool, because that's actually accurate. That's really cool. And because of that, we can actually start to send that to the networking team or the Wi-Fi team or whatever you're going to be. Another example is this one here. Again, I've kind of tried to keep it as customer language as I can, I suppose. But this is basically saying the computer won't turn on, the lights flash, beeps 3 times, turns off. Now, you and I as techs, we might know that that's a memory error or a CPU error or even a board error, but the customer's not going to know that. Our AI again runs through, sees the detail inside that ticket and says, okay, I think that's a hardware issue. Slaps an issue of hardware and then a sub-issue of device failure. Again, pretty accurate as we go through there. Now, once we start to align and add in issues and sub-issues, we can actually start to get a little bit clever with the automations that we do. Now, as I said, I'm going to run through a couple of automations. I'm doing it inside Autotask, but the terminology might change, but the actual processes or the automation theory behind it won't actually change that much. So first things first, I'm going to have a look at this one that I've got here, which is a networking issue. So you guys can see here that basically what I've said is when a ticket is edited by an Autotask resource, so in this particular instance, it's actually going to include our AI classifier, and it says if the UDF is set or equal to network, what I want to do is send it to the network team. Now that's a really straightforward automation that we can set up, so we can have those tickets that come in for the specialist teams, virtual networking, virtual desktop, servers, security, so on and so forth. Providing we can actually providing we've got a queue or a way of those people to see that, we can actually automate that through issue and sub-issue 9 times out of 10 inside the PSAs. The other one that I've got, and I may have to go into this one to actually show you in a little bit more depth, is actually the new user request. So same principle behind this. If it's edited, But in this particular instance, I've actually asked it to use the issue type and the sub-issue type. So the issue type is a system setup, and the sub-issue type is new user request, because the system setup might contain of building the machine and adding the OS and so on and so forth. And this particular one, the AI will pick up and say, okay, if it's a new user request, then I need to do this. And what you can see here, and let me just go into it, is what I've actually done is I've actually completed that ticket. And the reason being is inside Autotask, in this instance, I'm actually sending a template back to the customer that says, hi guys, we want to capture all the details right. We've got a standard operating procedure for new users. Please fill in this form. Oh, and by the way, I'm closing the ticket so we don't duplicate things. Nice, simple, straightforward, and to be fair, consistent with company policy. If you want a new user, you have to go through the new user request process, and this is how you do it. And again, we close the ticket off because we don't necessarily need that ticket to be shown as we go through. Think about all of the different ways that you can use issues and sub-issues. Again, reporting. If there's an issue and sub-issue set up, you can actually run reports inside the PSAs to say how many tickets for new users there were, how many tickets for servers there were, how many tickets for desktops, how many specific tickets for this bit of software or that bit of software. The possibilities are actually quite a lot, and sometimes they can come across as quite daunting and endless, to be fair. But with some good setup and good tutorage, we'll be able to start to use that to our advantage and develop from there. So there you go, a really quick insight into the classifier. Thank you very, very much for your time, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.